Probably helps if I turn my sound on, right? Yeah. Oh, and hi. Hello, kindness. You are here. I see that Blue has not followed your example and joined from the chat. Oh, no. Okay, no, you are here. Sorry. Sorry, there was a bit of a chat delay. And yes, I'm looking in a different direction this time, and oops, I forgot to turn the volume down. Okay, right, yeah. Okay, turn the volume down. Sorry about that. Okay, so you might have noticed that something might be a little bit different now, and I'm not just talking about my head, because I'm pretty sure I did that before. I don't know. But also, just this microphone I've got here, I've seemingly downgraded to a USB, but actually no, I haven't. No, it's not a USB. Sorry, it's still, I guess, technically an XLR. I don't know. It doesn't have like the external port or something, so I'm not really sure how it. I mean, I heard it right now. I'm not really sure if it sounds any better than my normal stuff. The reason I'm trying this out is because I got this today as a present on my brother's birthday. I don't know how that works. My family is weird, so there's that. It's actually part of a set. It's a very weird set. It's like a 3-part set. So on one hand, I have a microphone, I have a phone stand, and I have a ring light, and they're all just sort of they're all sort of like webbed together. It's like a streaming setup designed by Dr. Octopus or something. I'm not really sure as to why, but at least that way I can read the chat on one side, and I also have a ring light, which I have not turned on yet. So I am going to test that right now. Let's see. It says on. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, right, let me just look at that in there. Ah, okay, right. Let's just rejig that a little bit, so that A, it's not shining in my eyes, and B, it actually, I can actually dazzle in its splendor, you know? I realize that it's laterally inverted, my image, so exactly want to try tilt it this way. Oh geez, why do I look into that? I don't know. Oh, your ears, wait, is that... Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, it's peaking. Sorry, yeah. It has a muffler on. I'm not sure why it's... Let me just try and turn that down a bit. Okay, I've turned the volume down a little bit. Let's look at the noise suppression. This is part of the test, of course, so... let me just look at this. Okay, yeah, the noise suppression is still there. So at least that you shouldn't be getting any static. Like if I stop talking, for example, doesn't seem to have much static going on, which is good. That's what you want. Okay. Hopefully that's a better volume. All of my settings are to my other microphone, obviously. So if this one's slightly different, then you know that's why. Also, I'm not entirely sure which direction I'm supposed to be going into, because my other one's a Canon microphone. This one might be omnidirectional. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just trying to figure this out on the fly, pretty much. So no idea. But also, hi to Ghost Kitty. I haven't said hi to you yet. All right, let's reload the page. Okay, hopefully that didn't divert everyone to leave. Like, there's 2 people in the chat, but there's only 1 person still viewing, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Oh well. I think I'm in a good spot right now. Maybe if I move this over, I might actually... I don't know, I'm just hyper aware of the shadow on one side of me. I don't know. So anyway, MyStreet, yes. So welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later. Okay, now it says 3, and it says 2 on my phone. It's so out of date. Anyway, this edition, I'm sorry for what happened last week, well, not last week, 2 days ago, actually, when I wasn't able to do the stream myself. That was because I was off on a film set, as I explained briefly in that video, and the timing overran, so I wasn't able to actually, do anything, pretty much. You're currently struggling with the script of the episode of The Ghost Girl. Okay, I see. Well, to be honest, I think everyone here kind of does some writing as well. So if he wants, I can actually maybe not. I might not be able to take a look recently because I'm going back tomorrow to that same film set, maybe a different location, but same company. They've got me for Monday and Tuesday, and then that's it. So hopefully everything should return to normal after that. It's just an experiment, to get back on a set and see, what it's like. Well, it's like working on a movie, pretty much. You're quite struggling with everything in infection. I see. Well, yeah. At some point, I feel like we should do some sort of like big gacha call or something, because I feel like a lot of people in the gacha community actually they don't talk to each other about the different processes. Like we'll all say to each other, "Oh, I love your editing," or "I love your directing," your writing style, "I love whatever," something like that. But we never actually take the time to really ask ourselves like how we actually do things. So I feel like I should like gather some people, like get Apex and Miss Devil in or something like that. The people that I really appreciate their editing, see what people think of mine and stuff like that, and then talk about stuff like that and writing as well. Like I feel like we can all really learn from each other if we just. Sorry, I realized my microphone's still peaking. I'm gonna turn my volume down a little bit more. Okay, go to about there. Yeah, 7.6. Well, minus 7.6. Okay, yeah, I feel like we could learn from each other if we do that at some point. So maybe I'll arrange that and give people a time or something, or maybe it'll just be like a server event. I'm not really sure. I would like to, stream that basically, because I feel like that's something that should be recorded for posterity, just so we don't all forget. But yeah, that will be for another day. Obviously, it's time for Aphmau right now. I'm back for this stream, and hopefully I don't have one on Monday or Tuesday because then I have to do the same thing again. But I will notify Aiden. Yeah, I need all my life. I just wanted to do a live stream together. Okay, BBC. No, never. I will never. I'd be up for that. Why not? Yeah, I'd like to meet the rest of the cast. I mean, I know some of them obviously because you met some of them through me and whatever. But yeah, I feel like that would be actually kind of really fun. You know, might actually learn something about the piggy games at last, or something like that. Again, it just might be a fun thing. So yeah, do let me know if you want to do that because I'm 100% on board for that. And if you want to join that whole like gacha call thing, then I'll do that as well. The next episode of Ghost Girl is going to be Yuri telling Jake about how her and Fluffy met, but the backstory is what I'm struggling with. Yeah, I see what you mean, because at the moment, Fluffy's sort of a non-character, if you know what I mean. Like, Fluffy's always just kind of existed in the background, and there's not really much that's going on. Like, in terms of the whole urgency of the matter, and in terms of like the existentialism of being a ghost girl and everything and trying to cope with death and all the possibilities of how to recover from that and whether or not you should, morally speaking, this random cat in the background, yeah, it just seems to be like it seems like a weird detail that just kind of exists all out of nowhere and for some reason has a human face, because we all know from watching cats that that recipe is always the best. But yeah, so I see what you mean, because Fluffy doesn't really have much, so it's almost like giving that from the ground up. I tell you what, actually, who's good at coming up with random stuff like that? Aiden. He likes thinking of character backstories, so potentially speak to him, honestly. And if not, I'll think of something out of the blue. I can't really promise anything. I'm not always as good at that. And also, hello Mint Ruto. We're going to get on with that on with the stream in a second. We've just been talking about gacha projects again. What a surprise. Oh well. Also, it's worth mentioning today that I was working on editing part 7 of What If Piccolo Had a Son, so I haven't abandoned the other channel that you actually met me on, Mint Ruto. Don't you worry. Okay, right. Aphmau is in trouble now, which is interesting because he doesn't have, like, Aphmau in trouble, like in Love, no, not Love Paradise, this is Love Paradise. I mean, in Falcon University, when she has, like, Wolf Plush, in trouble! That was my thing I was going to open up with before I got sidetracked. So, let's see. How am I? I'm doing well. I was, I was tired yesterday and the day before, because the day before I was on a set for like 15 hours or something, a film set, because I got a job there. And I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow and the next day. So that's going to be That's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to Wednesday, the relaxing day of, the one that I normally was the one I go outside on. It's interesting. I don't know. But for now, I have a chance to do some Aphmau stuff, and that's what I want to do because I need to recover the time that I've lost. So without further distraction, on with the nope chat. Sorry. How do you think of my Dragon Z fusion of Friday Night Funkin', Garcello, and Mint? They're called Mincello. I haven't seen this. If you posted that on your YouTube, I apologize. I will check that out later. I will look you up and I will see what that's like. Half sane, half rapper and singer. Well, considering all of the rap ciphers I've seen, that is a definite combination for success, so that sounds pretty good already. Mincello is a male sane human. Okay. I mean, not really much of a Saiyan name, is it? Doesn't really have like a name pun on vegetables, surely. Oh, unless you're going with mint. I mean, I guess like mint, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, it's a plant. It's close enough. Why did Pulse me have to be so obsessed with catch everyone to the ghost girl? I see what you mean, yeah. Well, you don't have to take a full episode to Fluffy if you don't want to. Or you can delay that until later because, there's a lot of stuff that needs more urgent attention than, how she met a cat, basically. So who knows? Anyway, let's watch some Aphmau. I don't know what I just did. I turned the volume up and it suddenly...
I'm so embarrassed!
I mean, it's not like we saw everything. You were underwater, so...
Not about that! I mean about...
Okay, by the way, last episode was the one that I missed, and that's that Aiden covered for, and that's Zane's pants. I did watch his stream of that, by the way, and yeah, he does... does repeat himself a bit in terms of how much he hates Kawaii-chan being Aphmau being Kawaii-chan's replacement voice actress, but then again, I do repeat myself a lot in these things, so who am I to complain, really? I forgot what I was going to say about this, honestly, which is weird because I only watched it yesterday. That's the nature of the internet, you have to be fast, Suddenly the response that you have is obsolete. Yeah, who even knows? But yeah, last episode, it ended off with Zane, showing off a little bit too much because his shorts fell down from a slide after Kawaii-chan pushed him down. Not the best thing. Oh, hi, LaFox Puppeteer. Hello. So yeah, and by the way, that scene has got to be the most repeated meme, I think, across like the years that MyStreet has been around for, because it predates a lot of the other stuff that people like make into like funny animations or stuff like that. So I feel like it's circulated a lot more than people realize, and it's now 5 years old. Hooray!
I mean about these new swim trunks.
You secretly like them, don't you?
Of course I do! But I have to wear them in front of everyone!
Aw, Zane.
These Zane's now are not in denial around Aphmau. That's good progress.
Everyone knows, and we still accept you for liking ponies.
That doesn't matter! I'm not...
They're not like their pony swim trunks. Just a replacement,
not comfortable with it myself. It's the same thing with you and you're not admitting that you don't know how to swim.
True.
Actually, it kinda is. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, sometimes people just forget that they have their own inhibitions and, trivializing what other people finds challenging to get over doesn't always work the same way. That's growth right there. I had a similar thing happen to me once because I hate getting changed in front of anyone, and that's always been the case. But what I love doing actually is dancing in public. Like at public events, a lot of people, especially of an adult age, usually they will be able to dance, happily while intoxicated or something. But no, I just go crazy, just completely sober, as I always have done. So yeah, I remember one time when a cousin of mine whom I'm not going to mention, apparently it's reported that while I was dancing on basically like a stage or something at a different cousin's 10th anniversary wedding thing, that that I actually that I was actually jealous of the way that I was able to do that. He really wanted to get up. Well, I just went, oh yeah, well we'll go ahead. Maybe I should talk to him and just tell him that it doesn't really matter. But then again, that got me to thinking about then my mum mentioned that was the same thing with me not wanting to get changed my mind. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. And that was 3 years after this video came out. I should have learned that lesson. Jeez.
Look, it's a personal thing, but let's ignore what happened for now. I'm not exactly happy about the whole situation.
No, Levi, drink for the lesson before I forget. I feel like my Levi drinks have been getting sloppier as time has gone by. Anyway, maybe the next episode of The Ghost Girl can be Jake running into the bully girls. Potentially, yeah. I mean, he does know by this point they're responsible, I think. So, yeah, I wonder what they would think of him, basically. And what would happen? Maybe actually if Yuri's around at the same time and they just can't see Yuri, then that would be interesting to have that context. Either that or they just don't realize who each other are until later. Because that's another thing that I remember. There's an episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender where that happens actually, where Iroh and Toph meet, and they don't realize that at this point they're fighting on opposite sides. So they just kind of vaguely describe their missions or something because they're both in keeping something secret. So they just kind of wish each other goodwill on their way, and it's well, yeah, these two characters are some of the nicest on the show, eventually, but yeah, they're just on opposite sides, and you don't think about that. So there's two angles you could go with there, actually. Up to you which one you want to go for.
Back to the house and call it a day. You can come join me if you want an excuse to get out of this water park.
Huh? What are you talking about? I want to go on the slides.
You can't swim, remember?
That's where you're wrong. While I went to go buy those replacement swim trunks for you.
Again, the camera techniques always catch me off guard here, because they really do play around with that in this season. Like I've said before, again, I repeat myself a lot. By this point, they were really trying to experiment and see what they could get away with and what could actually be achieved through some clever visuals, and I do appreciate that, because that's where a lot of the comedy comes in, is just in the unexpected.
I also got a protection device! Now I can go down the slides without worrying about swimming!
I don't know if they'll let you wear that on the... Wait! You're the one who bought these for me?! Bought these for me?! You...
Well, she knows your tastes.
Little... so annoying that you know what I like.
See?
Aw, Zane. It's okay. Here, let me give you a hug.
Aphmau, you don't need to crouch to hug someone. Trust me.
Feel better?
No.
What about a hug from Kawaii-chan?
Oh god, no.
Stay away from me!
Oh, come here, Zane.
It's your fault. It's your fault for all of this, Kawaii-chan. You did this to him. You. Get away from her, Zane. Run.
Kawaii-chan wants to see your new swim trunks. They're so pretty.
Well, if you know they're pretty, you can already see them. I'm sorry, but that's what happens. Even if Aphmau's in the way.
You girl, woman!
Run faster, you fat little nugget, or she'll catch
He hadn't even started yet, but sure.
you!
Why would Zane run past Kawaii-chan? Were those two NPCs that programmed to already run in that direction? If so, why not just program them to run the other way? Or have Kawaii-chan start on the opposite side and Zane run around Aphmau? I'm confused? Dang it, Jess! Every time! She always does this kind of thing. Just like hear the. Did you all hear like the nya in the background? Just randomly. Just like distantly. Again, a lot of MyStreet's comedy just lies in the unexpected. The unexpected and the meme-worthy. That's what I'm getting from this series right now.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go.
Here they come! Aaron! Travis! Caitlin! We're over here!
Hey!
You guys missed it. This ride was crazy.
A little too crazy.
What's the matter, Travis? I thought you liked water slides.
This man fell from a building and got blown up in a house. I feel like he has a little bit of a right to have motion sickness, Zane.
It's not that. I don't think I should have had all that hot sauce.
Although kudos to Pat for making those convincing noises.
Maybe it's best we take a small break before we keep going on the slides. Come here, Travis. Let's get you some water.
So, how were they together, Aaron?
Oh my god.
Well, Travis came down one of the slides head first, and then Caitlin caught him at the bottom.
I love how Aaron is the one gossiping with Aphmau now, like they're on the same wavelength. If people didn't think these two were perfect already, that would have sealed it.
Really? So they're being all cutesy and stuff?
Looks like it. Wait.
Kawaii-chan's rubbing off on you, Aphmau. Be careful. You should stop voicing her character. Travis is invincible. Yes. Motion sickness shall not defeat him. He will only come out stronger as a result of it.
What
You can't kill what can't be killed.
Nothing. We're up to nothing. It's just we've noticed Travis and Caitlin are starting to become closer.
I mean, you're not exactly whispering about it, so I'm sure Zane could have heard you, but oh well.
Well, duh. She's over there helping him get a drink. Wait. You mean they? We think they're getting closer, but they haven't
I
confirmed
mean, you were
it.
there when they kissed in season 1, Zane. You were on the scene. So, okay. Did I just get a... Oh, my hotel thing that my dad was sorting out, it notified me on my phone about it. I have to deal with that later.
Confirmed anything.
But they've been acting kind of weird. And Caitlin hasn't been hitting Travis as much.
Now that you mention it, she hasn't.
What are you guys talking about?
Aphmau thinks...
Zane!
What the...
I do remember that scene, though. It's just still funny.
You know how Kawaii-chan gets with shipping stuff. Don't you
You mean the same way that you just did? Yeah, now we do know.
Don't you dare tell her! Let Travis and Caitlin do this on their own!
Oh, got it.
Oh, right, because Kawaii-chan will, of course, take action. Interesting. So the ship that Kawaii-chan actively interfered with towards the end had got together faster than the one that was left on their own. Interesting. Maybe Kawaii-chan did do the fans justice after all. You never know.
Now, Senpai, what was that for? Well, Aaron touched my butt. Yeah, and he scared me.
Wow. What a great excuse. You should take a page out of Travis's book. Just say there was a bee. I mean, it works on everyone except Kane. Actually, no, it doesn't. It doesn't work ever. But Kawaii-chan would believe it.
What?
Play along.
Oh, right, yes. Not that I've ever actually...
Wait a minute.
Oh no.
Wow. You really did not think that one through at all.
Cover your ears.
Rip headphone users. That's one thing Aphmau and Moika do have in common. The ability to just squeal like that. I don't know if anyone remembers here, but Aphmau in, I think 2016, made a Septiplier fanfic, and actually did have a squeal, a genuine squeal that was just like that. And the fact it was like a fan fiction reading that she then posted around this time actually. It was done by characters in Love Love Paradise, and it was acted out. Zane was Markiplier, Travis, who's played by an Irishman, was obviously Jack, and I can't remember who Tiny Box Tim was or something. I don't know. I honestly was not in either fandom at that point, so I don't really know. Kawaii-chan.exe has awakened. Yes, indeed. So, but yeah, that obviously then got deleted because Mark and Jack then later came out and said that the reason they didn't do more videos together was because they felt uncomfortable with all the Septiplier shipping in the first place, and Aphmau being responsible took the video down. Not really clarifying why, but then again, it was one out of like, I don't know, like 700 videos she had at the time, so who even would have noticed? Me. I noticed. But yeah, it's one of the only times I've actually had read a fanfic written by Aphmau herself, you know, that wasn't Midnight. It was still sort of a joke, but also at the same time, she was really getting into it. Like at one point they needed like a babysitter for their child that Jack had just given birth to, and so they were and so they were like, okay, we need to call Beauty Aphmau! Like, she squeals her name. It's like, said Aphmau, she inserted herself into her own fanfic, which makes me think that was actually just written down so that she could be a part. Which, again, it's a very well-scripted joke. It's just that, wow. It was a really fun video, and I watched it several times. It's a shame that, you know, the whole Septiply thing got out of control, because I'm sure that Aphmau was very held back in her approach, obviously, you know, considering her market. But, yeah, who knows what some other crazy rapscallions got up to on the internet. And I've lost people talking about Septiply, so I'm not going to do that anymore.
Ah, my poor eardrums!
I should have came up with a better excuse.
Yes.
What the?
Anything
Why
better.
are you getting Kawaii-chan all riled up?
Oh, Kawaii-chan, shoot!
Punch her again, Aphmau. Just punch her again, it's fine. Just put her in the water. It's okay, we won't mind.
Jeez, Kawaii-chan, you're crazy. But that's what we love about you.
Okay, Vacation Caitlyn for the most part is brilliant. Like, I'll rag on her eventually after, like, the whole thing with Travis, like, the whole thing with her dad and everything, but for right now, I feel like this is actually... Vacation Caitlyn is way better than, you know, the tsundere Caitlyn of bygone times. Like, she'll actually acknowledge that she loves Kawaii-chan, for crying out loud.
Speaking of crazy, where did you go, Kawaii-chan?
Yeah, one second I was running away from your terrifyingly inescapable bear hugs, and then you were gone.
Kawaii-chan got a little distracted by something. Oh, look at all the yummy fish!
Hey, get away from...
Okay, no one's gonna get this joke, but I have to make it. I'm gonna eat your little fishies. I'm gonna eat your little fishies.
From those fish, you beefwa.
I'll be back for you, fishies!
You meef. Oh, wow.
I see. Anyway, Travis, how are you feeling?
Much better. I just needed some H2 love from Caitlyn.
Wait, that made her giggle? Oh, jeez. Okay, they're further along than I thought they were. No wonder I ship these two so much.
Please never say that again.
Wait a minute, are you two? Lazy River, go! What?
All right, we can ride the lazy river to the other set of slides.
It's also, you punch into the lazy river, she's not gonna, like, be taken away by the current or anything.
Last one in is a rotten egg.
Oh no, Aphmau's a rotten egg. Why did she? Oh, why did she? Of course she hesitated, but again, then it's she can stand in that. I know she's, I know she's a potato, but still. Wait, is that Aaron? Aaron's the one with the black hair and no shirt. Which, by the way, the reason that she's sticking around is because she wants to ride the slides now, but also because, you know, Aaron shirtless and everything. Oh, also, that reminds me. Aiden, in his thing, well, he could talk about quite not sounding cute, which I know is the next message. Which, yeah, she does. I feel like, again, Moika does better, but, you know, you can't replace the original in a lot of instances. It's very hard to do that. If you find a voice actress like Nova that pulls it off, then absolutely, but otherwise it's very, very hard. What was I going to say? Oh yes, that Aiden mentioned in his stream yesterday that not yesterday. Christ, I'm sorry, I'm so disoriented now. He said in his stream 2 days ago that I watched yesterday. That Aaron was always shirtless around this time. So what was the major difference? I would say that Aaron was shirtless, but he also had his jacket on. That's not like fully exposing everything. Like you don't get the full toned musculature, the muscle meringue, as if you will. Like, you know, you just get like a sample of it. So I feel like that's why Aphmau was so interested. I feel like it's weird because, strangely enough, I'm the one who understands that and understands that better than the guy who actually is attracted to shirtless, muscular men. Like, I don't know how that's possible, but somehow I grasped it before the actual gay man did. I don't know. Okay, 2 more messages. 3 more, sorry. Ghost Kitty says, back from seeing what Aphmau's first ever video was. Oh yeah, that was the first like Challenge Accepted Inc. one where she was like just going around in Minecraft and like, you know, talking with what was it, like Castor and Sachel at the time. I guess Jason, who was Dom back then, would have would have been behind the scenes or something. I don't know. My, I haven't been here since you had hair. I haven't. I only got it like last week. Come on. Come on, Monet. Jeez. Don't make me shave Empress. I'm joking. I would never do that. That's a joke. Okay. Beanie Boy, of course, says, is it coming home, lad? Honestly, I don't know. I think it is, considering that last time I checked, before the stream started, we were winning. But I don't know, you know. I could be downstairs right now, but, you know, I missed a stream before, and duty called. Alas. Anyway, it was Minecraft Tech It Part 1, yeah. I was either Minecraft Tech It or Minecraft something normal. I feel like I watched, like, the first part of that, and it's just, like, punching trees for ages. There's nothing Tech It related, so it's probably why it didn't stand out my mind. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Going back to seeing, like, you know, Aphmau's full evolution is also something interesting. It wouldn't make for an interesting stream series. It's just like something to do in spare time, I think. Unless someone out there can make it interesting, in which case more power to you. I just think I've got it in me.
It's all right. You can walk through this one.
And also you still have the floaty that you have on this entire time.
Okay.
Aphmau, are you sure you want to do this?
Mm-hmm. I'm positive.
You know
Again, you're not whispering. What's wrong with both of you? Like, get closer to him.
you can't.
Oh wait, no, she couldn't get closer because that needed to happen. I see. More shipping and fan service. I got it. Okay, of course.
Are you okay?
Shave, murder spree, Empress. Oh dear. Empress definitely shaves her legs like a lot or something. That's it though. She keeps her luscious locks in pristine condition because of course she does. She's a classy lady.
Yeah, that little kid pulled Kawaii-chan's tail and it hurt. Owie. Thing
You're welcome.
It's weird, because I've gone back and watched this season before. Obviously, like, when I wanted to compare it to, like, how it held to season 3, because I watched season 3 a while back, was like, this used to be my least favorite, and suddenly season 3 became one of my most favorites, watching it retrospectively. But then I did the same thing with season 2, and it was like, they actually got much worse. But one thing that I noticed that I didn't really pick up on during my first watch through, 5 years ago, that Zayn and Kawaii-chan did have a lot of blushing moments in this. Like, when I saw, like, Zayn-chan emerging as, like, a thing in the fan base, I was like, maybe. I mean, they are such polar opposites that it would be kind of interesting to see. But for some reason, I just completely blocked out the parts where they were actually, like, blushing together or something. Maybe because I was so fixated on Travis and Caitlyn at the time, because they were the more interesting couple, the more interesting polar opposites that I found. And more interesting, like, mesmerized by Travis as a character himself because of all the stuff that I was thinking about in terms of theories that I'd do a year later. That maybe I just completely ignored Zayn-chan altogether. I mean, who knows? They definitely have their moments here, but I don't know. I'm not buying it too much just yet. Apart from the one moment, like here, again, with Zayn blushing while catching her. That's not something that he'd normally do for anyone. Like, he might catch them, but he won't necessarily, blush for them. Especially after they, pushed him down a slide and made him, expose too much by accident. I don't know. It's strange how that happens. I guess the heart wants what it wants, but why does it want it right now? I wonder. I don't know. I guess that's one of the mysteries. If someone has, like, more insight into Zayn-chan, then please do let me know in the chat. I never knew how many games Aphmau played in the past. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I remember a lot of stuff that she did in terms of, like, modded Minecraft and, and a bunch of stuff like that, like games within Minecraft, like the mini games and stuff, like the Dropper, for example. She did that several times. Once with Caster, and then once with, like, the MyStreet cast way further down the line. But yeah, I don't know. It's Aphmau has definitely had one of the most, like, changing Minecraft channels over time, I think. A lot of people who started off doing something in Minecraft, they evolved their production value, but a lot of it just kind of stayed the same. Then later on, I guess, stuff evolves and the fan base becomes anew and it grows much further than before. Which makes me wonder two things, actually. Did the old Aphmau fans get buried by everything that came like from MyStreet and web, like the classic people who watch the Tekkit stuff, the Dropper, Pokemon Iron and Coal, all that kind of stuff? Did they just get drowned out and eclipsed by us MyStreet people? Are we doing the same thing now? Are we doing the same thing now towards her modern, more kid-oriented stuff and the more formulaic things that people were towards the role plays in the past? Have we just, like, become the same thing ourselves? And if so, when Aphmau's current fan base grows up, will she evolve into something else? Will there be a different new Minecraft trend that she emerges and like adapts and makes into her new branding? Will just, like, keep going on like that? It's like every 5 odd years or something's gonna majorly change with Aphmau? Maybe there's more to look back into in terms of Aphmau content than I thought originally. Yeah. From my peeks into Aphmau, can it be said that certain voice actors always get together? I mean, I guess. Technically speaking, Keston and Moika had characters that got together in both Minecraft Diaries and MyStreet, because it was Dante and Kawaii-chan in MCD, and Zayn and Kawaii-chan here. Spoilers, because I just talked about that. So yeah, maybe, actually. I don't know. It's certainly possible, because I'm trying to think of, like, anybody else, because obviously a lot of the people, like, from, like, have characters that get together in several different iterations, like Kemba and Emmeline, for example. Or actually, no, that's the one example I can think of, because the other ones, the other couples in MCD, either warped or, otherwise. So yeah, you're right, I guess. But then again, I don't know. Other examples. I remember I think Super Minecraft was the first of her series I watched, then I watched her FNAF roleplay, Do Not Laugh, Iron and Coal, all challenge accepted. Yeah. Again, I joined the fandom in 2016, I watched a few 2015 things, and that was, that was it. I hadn't heard of her beforehand. So yeah. Maybe I should do a dive into classic Aphmau stuff that I missed, just to see, like, in terms of the 3 different distinct eras of Aphmau. Because this is very much, I'd say, the second era. Like, people think of, like, classic Aphmau, modern Aphmau, and this is almost kind of classic Aphmau now because of the way that Aphmau modern has evolved. But no, before all that stuff, from 2020 onwards, classic Aphmau meant the stuff that you just mentioned, Ghost Kitty. And this was modern Aphmau, so I don't know. I really don't know, because people will see different things at different times. Was I just in the right place at the right time for this? Who knows? Again, part of watching something 5 years later. It still holds up, but I guess it's because of the context that it's in that it thrived so well. If this were made today, would it have done the same? But then again, if it was made today, the standard that this set wouldn't have been the same. Because this was what made other roleplays and what inspired all the other roleplays that we kind of see right now. Well, not all of them, but most of them. So yeah, that's interesting to think about. What if MyStreet would have been made today rather than years ago? Then again, I probably wouldn't want that, because if it were made today with Aphmau's current branding, it wouldn't be as good. But maybe would it catch on more? That's the thing, because Aphmau would have to establish the characters that she has in her videos. That's a whole other thing. I don't know. It's weird alternative things and butterfly effect that I want to think about, but also I don't, because I want to carry on. I don't know. I remember Minecraft Diaries Origins 2. I have seen that. I went back and watched that because, the context, but which there was none for Diaries. So yeah, absolutely. That's why I know that Brendan was modeled off of Bolin by accident, for example. So, I don't know. I remember always saying, previously on Super Minecraft and Flashback. Okay. Well, yeah, that's nothing we have to look back into. Yeah, I just have to take like a classic Aphmau dive at some point. I'll do that, definitely.
Oh, I just realized you like cute things.
Oh god.
Shut up! Let's just keep floating!
Hey, you guys are lagging behind.
Oh,
Wait, that could be it, actually. Zane's attraction to Kawaii-chan here is not just because of, like, that random fall and whatever, but because she's actually, like, actively really pushing towards stuff that Zane has blocked himself off from. Like, Aphmau will, like, toe the line, she'll, like, try and encourage him, but not really force it. Kawaii-chan doesn't seem to cross the boundaries, but also, she represents what Zane wants to be, basically. Zane feels like he can't embody cuteness because of all this darkness and pain that has become his image. And he can't let himself go into that. So I guess the very person that can embody that kind of thing would indeed be the one that he's most attracted to. So Aphmau's assessment here is correct. Like, it's this way that she phrased it is very shallow because, obviously, saying you like cute things is as shallow as the water in that pool, but behind it, you can actually kind of see the logic. Zane does like cute things, and Kawaii-chan is the definition of cute in the series. And she's so unapologetically herself and just wears, well, as far as people are concerned right now, because they don't know about her secrets and stuff, again, Zane himself will figure that out later, she kind of wears her heart on her chest. On her sleeve, sorry, what's heart on her chest? That's where all hearts are. Stupid Jacob. Anyway, no, she wears her heart on her sleeve. So, again, the opposites do indeed attract in this instance. And even when she does open up and seems to be more like him, well, perfect. She's more like him. She has stuff to hide. I think I get Zane-chan now. I think I understand Zane-chan. Well then. Well, perfect. It's like a part of its time. The series itself, yeah, there are some aspects of like pop culture and stuff that really reflect in here. And also, again, the age of Minecraft roleplays in terms of like how good they were. This was really like forwarding the process or something. If someone had come along done the same thing, would this have been buried under its shadow rather than it being the forerunner? It's not really sure. So I don't really know. I kind of like was trying to make a point there, but I don't know if I went back on myself because it was just like very much in the moment. Much like the Zane-chan thing, but yeah, I think I get Zane-chan now.
Exhausted. And I want to make sure Zane didn't lose his swim trunks again.
Hey!
Well, if you're feeling a little tired,
Again, Aphmau, you're terrible at coming up with excuses.
then let me carry you.
But I'm heavy.
A pint-sized little potato like you? No, you're not. Plus,
I do love that quote from Aaron. It's one of my favorite quotes from Aaron. A fun size little potato like you. No, you're not. Absolutely. I mean, I've been around people that are like Aphmau size, basically, that say, "Oh no, I'm super heavy." No. No, you are not. Absolutely. If anything, the reason I can't carry you is because I'm weak. But there you go. I guess a couple of intensive days on set will fix that up. Trust me. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I think I lost weight in that one day just because of that, from running around alone. Who knows?
just take it easy.
Thank you.
Was that a glitch? Wait a minute, what? Yeah, I think that. Oh no, that was something. Anyway.
Yeah, here we are.
Whoa, look how tall it is!
That's crazy.
Don't lose your chunks this time, Zane.
Oh my word! Get over
Who
it.
says I'm even going down the slide?
Oh, come on, Zane-kun.
No!
Kawaii-chan says you're going down the slide. That's the problem.
Kawaii-chan will hug you if you don't.
Why does that always work? Has she seen Gareth do that? Because, my word, these two are on the same wavelength.
Let's go up the slide!
Well, that's one way to motivate him.
Kawaii-chan even wore Gareth's clothes a couple of times. Like in that, like in the mini games where she became Kawaii-kun for a bit. And also the time where someone just called her Gareth for some reason, even though Gareth doesn't have pink hair. I don't know. Fun-sized potato, my. Yes, indeed. Fun-sized. That's the term that Aphmau prefers. I think she called herself fun-sized one time, but I don't think it was in the MyStreet series. I think that was just in general. No tube. Aphmau, what? I know it's not a tube, but we see this as going.
We're so high. And the water looks so deep.
The water's not moving. Like, you can get flowing water really easily in Minecraft. Why'd you fill out the entire slide? That's effort that you didn't have to go to. Did the flowing water just look bad in the shaders or something? I don't know.
Excuse me, you can't take the tube down the slide. Park
Not a
policy.
tube, it's floating.
Are you serious?
Yep, you can leave it up here and I'll have an employee take it down for you.
Don't worry, Aph. Most of the slide pools are pretty shallow, so you should be fine.
Most.
Really?
Yeah, I checked. This one is safe.
Awesome! Thank
Wait.
you, Zane!
Yeah, you lucked out with this one. Some of the others go straight into the ocean.
Okay, already.
Here I go!
What did she do? Did she leave it somewhere? Is it off frame?
Alright, who's next going down the Super Dunga Cowabunga Mega Dunk Super Slide?
Is it true this one goes straight into the ocean?
Yeah, bruh.
That's kind of awesome. Wait, did you say ocean?
Yeah, bruh.
Oh no! Aph!
What's wrong?
Aaron, Aphmau can't swim and she just went down the slide!
She what?
You're kidding me!
I'm not!
Wait, bro, you have to wait till the light turns green to go.
Oh yeah, wait till he goes green so the person drowns and dies. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, employee person. Jeez. Deep, that's a toe splash. Yeah, it is a toe splash, but I don't know. I guess. I guess to Aphmau it's deep, I don't know.
There he goes.
Also, I wonder why Zane didn't just go. Like, I'm pretty sure Zane can probably pull Aphmau out. Again, if once a little potato like her, I'm sure not only Aaron can carry her. I know that Aaron has extra strength, but, you know, they didn't know at this point. That is some good camera work, though. This is not on the surface, idiot. Go down. Yeah, see? She didn't even, like flail around or anything. She just, like, sank. Don't forget to... The light will turn green once he drowns. Yeah, exactly. No living person around the area. It's like the Hunger Games cannon. As soon as it goes off, that's when you know. You're in the clear.
Aaron,
Don't you ever do that again.
Aaron.
I was so worried about you. Why didn't you tell me you couldn't swim?
I don't know. I just didn't want to worry you.
You didn't want to... Well, you sure managed to fail at that, didn't you? Oh, you idiots. Oh, dear. Why would you be in a water slide in the first place if you can't swim? Okay, so the last two episodes were kind of set up for this moment right now. So basically, during episode 10, or is it episode 11? Maybe it was just one episode, I can't remember. That they were trying to go to the water park, and Aphmau was trying to like weasel her way out of being there. But at the same time, she went so she could see Aaron shirtless. Which, as Aiden points out in the stream, actually, she can just ask him to do it any time because they're dating. Again, not very smart. She did try once she was there. It's like, oh yeah, no, I want let's all go home or something. When she could very easily have left. Even in this episode as well, Zane said he was uncomfortable, and it would have been a great excuse to go home with him instead of staying. But no, Aphmau then wanted to go on the slides because she had the floaty there, and so she was not allowed to. So it's just all a series of really contrived reasons as to why Aphmau almost drowned. I feel like the process of this was Jess wanted a scene where Aaron rescues Aphmau from the water, and that's it. I think that's the only reason that there was anything to do with that. I really don't know. That's why we got those 3 episodes. It was like an unofficial Aphmau 3-parter.
Worry about you. Don't you know how much I care about you?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're safe now.
Aphmau the chick will be disappointed in her. Yeah, I don't blame you. Even watching this the first time, I was like, geez, that was just so forced. I'm sorry. Again, kind of like Travis and Caitlin, they don't have these forced moments of, you know, essential fan service.
How are you? Do you need CPR?
Caitlin, I'm fine!
You need CPR!
Again, another good quote from this episode. So we had like the fuzzy little potato thing, and we've got you need CPR. Those are two, again, my favorite character quotes in all of MyStreet. I didn't realize they both came from this one episode. You need CPR!
Caitlin, no! Seriously, I'm fine! Ah!
I mean, she is fun. People who need CPR don't just get up and run. That's true. Very true. Also, good luck giving someone CPR standing up. It's going to like tackle her to the ground or something. Best doctor ever.
Don't let me go!
Ah yes, the best way not to be embarrassed about not knowing how to swim. Have somebody hold you in a floaty in a pool while 3 people watch you. I too follow logic on this. Wait, no I don't.
I have to let you go. How else are you gonna learn?
No, I'm not ready!
This was me learning to ride a bike, in all fairness.
You can just stand up if you sink. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Don't knock me down!
I think her lessons are going well.
That's the 7th time today she's taken Aaron into the water with her.
She has the strength to take Aaron down into the water with her? Maybe she didn't need to become a werewolf. Maybe she was always overpowered, we just didn't know it.
I'm watching where you put your hands, Aaron.
Oh, go away, Caitlin. You ruined it for me. Bring back vacation, Caitlin, already. Let us see. What? Monet, come on. Not that bad. She already learned her lesson, to be fair. She already almost drowned, and it's not going to happen again. She's taking the steps to improve herself, you know? She learned from the mistake, and all the force contrivances led to it.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me.
And that was that. Well, that was, yeah, again, certainly interesting. It's almost like, again, the episode itself, I don't think there was necessarily too much that was wrong with it, because again, it delivered on the comedy, it delivered on the characters, mostly, except for Aphmau, and it was mostly just held back by the fact of what came before it and what the plot needed to be. It's like, you had a terrible setup, but for a great payoff a lot of the time. And like I said, thanks to this, I now somewhat get Zane-chan, because I'm pretty sure this is where Zane-chan started becoming like a real like thing that emerged. Because Zane and Kawaii-chan in season 1 didn't really interact beyond like Zane buying some ponies off her and stuff like that. And in Phoenix Drop High, they never actually saw each other, as was pointed out in the Cinema Sins video. So yeah, and even Caden and Travis got a spotlight. It's like all 3 couples almost. The 3 couples that made MyStreet got screen time in this. Like, they were the ones exclusively running the scene. So yeah, I feel like I kind of have to like it for that. Because again, the 3 main couples, they're pretty brilliant, aren't they? I do feel sorry for all the people that say they don't need to watch the earlier seasons of MyStreet to get what's going on. Because technically speaking, no you don't, but also, why would you skip? Like, there's so much you're missing out on, and there's so much you could just, you know, on such a greater level you can care about the characters when stuff does happen to them, yeah. So, is the supporting characters better than Aphmau? Well, Monet, that's sometimes a critique of the series that comes up a lot. I would argue, in general, MyStreet, no they're not. In this episode, yes they were, absolutely. Not by too much, because again, Aphmau herself was pretty funny in this. She did have a concrete plan going forward, it just like failed because of that one last bit. And she actually does have some cute moments as well. So yeah, a lot of the time people think people are harsher on the main characters of the shows if they have too much in terms of reactionary stuff and they don't drive the plots themselves. But Aphmau's the kind of protagonist that she can drive a plot sometimes, and she did here. It's just that she thrives mostly in reactions of stuff. But really she can do both. which actually, considering what I've seen in terms of the two different types of main characters in different shows, I feel actually makes her much more of an all-rounder and one of the better main characters that are out there. Again, not in this episode. It's one of her lower moments, but then again, one of her lower moments was still charming, cute, and funny. So I feel like there's not really too much that's lost here. When I leave and come back to the episode, I left for get ice cream. Yeah, whoops. I don't know. Again, in terms of character favorites, I will say sometimes there are people who think otherwise. Then no, I don't think Aphmau is necessarily anyone's huge favorite character, partly because she is a self-insert, so it is sometimes hard to say, oh yeah, no, this is just the author making everyone fall in love with her character and stuff like that. And yeah, I do kind of get that as well. Like, my favorite character in MyStreet used to be Nekoet, and before that, because Nekoet hasn't appeared yet in this, I don't think I really had one. I don't really think of them in terms of favorites or whatever. I just kind of like seeing the people that I hadn't seen for a while and stuff. Maybe absence makes the heart grow fonder in this instance. Like, obviously, Aphmau is in every single episode, as is Aaron for the most part nowadays. But yeah, I feel like when people say, oh look, this is a Dante episode. Oh look, Kate and Travis are back. Oh look, these people. Oh look, etc, etc. Oh look, we found Lawrence, which became a meme in the fandom, obviously. I think that's when people like appreciate these characters a lot more, because, when they're away, you miss them. So maybe that's it. Probably just the voice annoying me. What, like Aphmau's regular voice, and not Kawaii-chan's one? Wasn't it you who said Kawaii-chan sounded cute? They're being voiced by the same person right now. Are you sure it's Aphmau's voice that is the annoying one? I've never heard anyone say that before, but I don't know, I guess. Giving me the same reason why I could not watch My Hero Academia, Deku's voice like chalk scratches. I feel like the idea with Deku's voice is that he's supposed to be, somewhat prepubescent some of the time, like he's got much more of a boyish charm to him, I think maybe. Then again, he is 15, so he probably would hit puberty usually around this time, or beforehand. So yeah, who knows. My parents were Lucinda and Kawaii-chan. Yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. Lucinda isn't actually around a lot in this series. Kawaii-chan is, and she has a big presence when she's around, but they do space her out. So again, I think that's it, actually. And maybe that's why some of the favorite characters in the Mutant Girl are the ones that only have one or two appearances. Like Granny Marwick, for example, came out of nowhere and stole the show for some people. Mrs. Dysart's not in every single episode, but when she does come back, people are like, oh wow, I missed you so much, and blah blah blah, Mrs. Dysart, yay, she's so funny, best character, ha ha ha, like that kind of thing. So yeah, actually, that's a very strange idea, actually, because I mean, other than people like Julius, for example, and arguably Morwenna sometimes, a lot of the people oh yeah, no, these are not my favorites, but they're good anyway. Like, even people who really love Agatha are like, oh yeah, I still prefer the others. And Empress as well. Empress was missing for almost all of season 1. And even in season 2, she doesn't get that much screen time, but then again, the spin-off, people got to see more of her, and they're like, oh yeah, wow, Empress, great, So sad it didn't work out between, people, spoilers and stuff. So yeah, I think maybe that's something to think about. Because one thing that I really want to crack down, like Aiden and I have both been thinking about this. One thing we really love about MyStreet, well, I mean, we love multiple things, but I think especially that that the characters are so iconic. Like, we want to create characters that are so iconic that people can come back and resonate with them. It doesn't matter if they're squares and pixels basically, or I guess drawings and pixels in our case most of the time nowadays, because gotcha. But yeah, we want to have that same kind of feeling basically that kind of goes on. That's one of the reasons I continue the Mutant Girl to this day, because I want the characters to grow and people to actually see different things in them, and hopefully not drown them, Monet. I like Agatha Mutant Girl because I can relate with her. Interesting. Oh yeah, wait, didn't you say that? Yeah, I just remembered. I don't know why you relate to her. I see. I mean, yeah, I get that. So obviously, if someone's relatable to you, then that tips the scales. I'm thinking more from an objective point of view in terms of MyStreet and Stardust Music Girl. So maybe if I want to recreate that feeling, I would need to like space out some of the character stuff. Because Rain and Jules went in every single episode of season 1. I guess maybe that's it. I have to have a chat with Aiden about this at some point. Because we may be onto something. Absence making the heart grow fonder. What other favourite character people have in shows that don't always appear all the time? Like in My Hero Academia, my favourite character in that is Tenya Ida, and he's not in everything. In fact, a lot of the time he's missing for a good chunk of the series because there are so many characters. Is that it? I don't know. That's not why I like him, but maybe it contributes to it. Yeah, because you're blind and one. Yeah, I was trying not to say that in case you didn't want me to say it, but okay, yeah. I see what you mean. And also, you are quite soft-spoken as well. So, again, Agatha. Mostly like that. Nowadays, 7-year-old Agatha, very different. Very loud. But yeah. But yeah, teen Agatha, definitely much more reserved. Marwick is nice. Yeah, okay. Marwick, yeah, I suppose. I think Marwick sometimes gets too much screen time a lot of the time. Like I don't always do too many shipping moments with those two anymore. But who knows? It's either people don't have enough going on, or they just like the episodes need to be longer to add to the journeys of people, which I can't really do because I don't really have like a huge team, and I can't really put out stuff every 3 days like Aphmau used to. That's the other thing that mesmerizes me, the fact that it was all produced so quickly and is still of such quality. Like, that just shows the dedication and the talent behind it, as well. There needs to be character-focused episodes to give the main ones a break. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I feel like Morwenna's supposed to be in all of them, but maybe she shouldn't drive the plot of everything. I see what you mean. Plus, I actually have a big brother like Agatha's Felix. Yeah, hopefully Big Brother's not like Felix. That would be quite chaotic, but there you go. And not kill them off. Yes, that's true. And that's another debate that Aiden and I have. Like, I don't like killing off my characters. I mean, if I ever do that, it's going to be when there's, like, no journey for them to grow, or I can really, like, portray, like, the sense of a loss throughout, and have it actually be felt by the audience. Like, oh my goodness, this character is gone now. Now I actually, I'm actually grieving, like that kind of thing. And I don't think I've actually reached that point with anyone yet. So that's why. And yes, you can call me wet blanket all you want, Aiden, that's just what happens. So yeah, I feel like it's far more entertaining if people, deal with other consequences, try and live and move forward and stuff. You also like Pete. Yeah, Pete! Apparently there's some sort of like mini server or group chat or something that's dedicated to Pete fans or something that BB got invited to at some point. I've never seen this place, but apparently it exists. So Pete has a weird fan base that, not weird, but like a weirdly substantial fan base is what I'm trying to say, that I wasn't really aware of at the time. And he's very underutilized. Like, a lot of the scenes that he had in season 1 had to be cut because the original voice actor wasn't around. And so I couldn't record them. So, yeah, actually, it's very strange to think about that. What's going to do is kill a character that's bad and forget to redeem them. I mean, yeah, true. Then you just don't feel the loss. People want me to... people have told me, oh yeah, kill Pop Josephine or something. Mostly Aiden, again. But I'm like, nah, not gonna do that. Nah. They all live for now. Yeah, see, right there. Like, if you kill Pop and not redeem her, it's odd. Yes, exactly. And also because Pop is also, 13, 14 years old. I feel like... I know that a lot of gacha shows have a lot of death of teenagers, but mine is not one of them. The Mutant Girl usually reflects some sense of realism, weirdly enough, to offset the idea of mutations in the world. Like, it has to appear that Morwenna is strange, and it's not just something that usually happens as well. Like, it's very rare it's on the rise and it's causing the change to a world that is otherwise recognizable. That's what I go for in the Mutant Girl, and that's why a lot of the elements, like, I'm not going to pull, like, oh, someone's a yandere or something, and, you know, they get tortured in a dungeon or stabbed or something like that because, you know, they got too close to Senpai. That's not really something that the Mutant Girl could really do, because, not that I want to do it anyway, but just because, again, it ruins that realism that encompasses the world. When I get better at art, I want to try drawing Mutant Girl fan art. Well, if you do, I will feature, like I feature all the other fan art that I get at some point. So yeah, go ahead and do that. In fact, I think actually I did feature one of your fan arts in one of the videos before. So yeah, go ahead and practice if you want. Like, send me practice ones and stuff. Like, I'm interested in any fan art that I get for Mutant Girl. I always appreciate it. Okay, that's enough for tangents. I feel like I should have heard cheers by now or something. I thought they would have finished the match at this point. Maybe I actually finally get to see if it does come home or not. Who even knows? So yeah, I think I'm gonna... Is there a B plot in the Mutant Girl? There's not like a through line B plot necessarily in the Mutant Girl. Like, it's not like... I mean, there could be a B plot in a single episode or something, or in several episodes put together, but there's not really something that's like, oh yeah, Morwenna is, you know, coming to grips with, you know, of how different she is and trying to live a normal life despite everything that's going on, or trying to like make the most of her uniqueness, as well as, I don't know, insert B plot here. Not really. Like if a character has like an arc or something major's going on behind the scenes for a bit, it will probably change. It will probably, you know, develop later on. Actually, I kind of want to draw Agatha, but I don't have any photos of her. Well, watch the videos. That's what I can say to you. I can send you an export, but if you don't have the photos of her character, just go back and watch the videos. You know, she's only in season 2, so there's only so many iterations where she's actually, you know, present for the series. So yeah. But I can send you an export anyway. But yeah, I'm always up for someone to be watching the series, because why not? Again, I feel like we could do like a whole like gacha chats at some point of like our different creative processes in terms of not only just like writing, but also like editing, visuals, what we see in gacha, the kind of stuff that we consume, that like stuff that inspires us basically, not just Aphmau, but just like pop culture or other art in general. Like, what actually makes everything the way that we are now? What could we do that's better, and what could we impart to each other? So again, I feel like I'm going to do that call at some point. Like, at the earliest, it's going to be next week, basically. Oh, you're going to get a photo now. Okay, bye then. But yeah, it'll be next week or something like that, at the earliest. So, because obviously I have the 2 location things to get to, but for the film, and also then later on I'll be at my nan's house, so maybe I'll be able to host the chat because I have this like triple set now. Remember this thing, the Dr. Octopus, which is very easy to pack up. So yeah, maybe I will be able to, and it'll be much easier. However, before everyone leaves, I will actually just have to look to see where the next stream is going to be, and that shall be Gareth's Little Secret, which was July 14th. Okay, so phew. It's not on a day that I have anything planned, basically. So I will see you all in, lo and behold, 3 days' time on July 14th. Same time, same place, 5 years later. Until then, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.